Well, hello, Facebook family. It is LaDawn Elliott,
And Nicole Bradley.
and we are back. We are on day 3, topic 3, in our live stream Facebook, Conquering the Inner Storm stream.
Yep.
So tonight, well, let me just say, go back to the last 2 topics, because when we put the topics together, we tried to put them in order that we thought made sense, that would build on one another, just so you'll know where we at in the journal. So lifestyle topic 1, day 1, was facing and overcoming personal challenges and setbacks. So once you work through that, we felt like the next progressive step that made sense was finding a sense of purpose and direction in life. So that's what we talked about last night. So if you did not have the opportunity to go out and join in with us, with us on day 1 and day 2, go back and look at the videos and leave your comments or whatever you like to leave as it relates to those 2 videos. So tonight, number 3, topic 3 is maintaining physical and mental health. So that's what we will be talking about tonight.
Yep.
So tonight's topic, it'll be a little interactive. So we're going to ask you guys to kind of participate with us as we are moving through this topic tonight. And we have a special guest that will be joining us tonight to tell us all about her experience as she worked through this topic as well. So Nicole, you want to join in and say anything before we kind of
Yes, I
dive
didn't
in?
know if we had any ones that's joined us. We need to say hello and welcome folks aboard.
Yeah. So we have Felicia Roberts that is watching, and I see other people, but they haven't said hello yet, so I can't give them a specific shout out. Berna Man is watching as well, and I believe Jackie is watching also. So hopefully the audience will continue to grow tonight. And as I've asked the first night and tonight, if you know someone you've listened the 2 nights before, you kind of know what the purpose of this is. So feel free to call a friend, phone a friend, and have them chime in too. So
gotcha. No, the only other thing I wanted to add is, again, this is not prescriptive. The journal is meant to be a resource for you to purchase, for you to buy, for you to have, for you to share, and for you to use to help you with your own individual insights. So everyone's journal, everyone's format, everyone's answers are going to look different. They're going to hit differently. It just depends on what your experience has been, what you've been exposed to, things that you've gone through. So none of the things that we're sharing with you today is just to give you an idea from an author's perspective what we kind of digested as a result of going through the journal after writing it. But this is really meant to also get some more conversations going around some of the topics, share some best practices that we or you who are listening may have. And so we're going to really look forward to you being interactive and engaging with us tonight. So please make sure you put your comments your questions or responses in the comments and answers, in the comments section. And we'll get to them as soon as we can.
Okay. Yep, for sure. So with that being said, we're gonna dive right in because we want to be respectful of you guys' time. Again, we're always thankful that you're taking time out to sit with us. So let's jump in. So today's lifestyle topic is maintaining physical and mental health. So what we're gonna do is kind of read the excerpt from that chapter, and we're each going to give a little blurb on that one word exercise or activity. That's the first one that comes up. So maintaining physical and mental health involves taking care of your body and mind through healthy habits and practices. This may involve exercising regularly, eating a healthy diet, getting enough sleep, and managing stress. It can also be helpful to find ways to relax and unwind, and to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Seeking medical attention when needed and following the advice of your healthcare provider can also be important. By taking care of your physical and mental health, you can improve your overall well-being and quality of life. So that is the excerpt from Maintaining Physical and Mental Health And so again, the one word activity is that we're supposed to pick out one word, which we've not been successful at doing, and talking about why that one word resonates with us out of that paragraph. So you want to go first,
I
Nicole?
will. I achieved
Oh,
the one word this time.
yeah, I did. Okay,
I,
go ahead.
so the one word that I selected from this section, I'll just tell you what it is and then just like briefly explain it, but was maintaining.
Okay, okay.
Maintaining was the first word in the one word. It's also the first word in this lifestyle chapter. And I think maintaining is such a dirty word. That's what I wrote down. It's such a dirty word.
Okay,
And what
what
I
you
mean
mean?
by dirty, meaning I don't really want to do it. Like it's
Okay,
hard. You got to be consistent. And I like Cheetos and Snicker bars and Mountain Dews. And I don't really want to exercise since I'm not a college athlete anymore. I think I should get a pass. I think
yeah.
I should be like a size 6, thick in the right places and with a great heart and great blood pressure and no risk of diabetes and nothing, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, yeah,
no, that means you got to maintain in order for you to be in good health,
yeah,
mentally and physically. So it's a dirty word in my house
yeah.
because
I
I
get
don't want to
that. I never
maintain
thought
that.
of it like that,
Yeah,
but I
I
get
want to
that.
maintain routines. Let me see what I put down. I don't like being disciplined. I don't really want no goals around this. Like I like setting goals, but not for health reasons. I just want to be fine. I'm just want to just be fine. I mean, I'm just letting y'all know it's out there in the atmosphere now. I just
Okay,
want to be fine.
okay, okay. I get that. I never thought about maintaining being something that's a chore because you really have to commit to the drill. That's the whole point of maintaining. So I get that. I get that. All right. So my one word that I wasn't able to pick out as one word was seeking medical attention. So I think people are either falling on one end of the spectrum. Anything that goes wrong, they're running to the doctor, right? And some people might call them a hypochondriac. And then you have the other people that fall on the other end that, limbs can be falling off and they're still not going to go to the doctor,
That's
right?
me. That's me.
That's a lot of people. And
Okay.
it may be because you just think Robitussin and Vicks Vapor Rub fix everything, or you've had bad experiences with the doctor, so you really don't want to go, or you
Yep.
just simply can't afford to go.
Hmm.
Either way, we probably don't seek medical attention like we need to. But when I think about that, I just think it's our responsibility, even if we don't go to the medical doctor, to at least do some type of either research, some type of holistic treatment yourself, watch what you eat. And it's become very different for me because I now understand that physicians are no different than anybody else.
That's
This
right.
is a career that they've chosen and they have more education in this field than everyone else, but they too are still practicing
That's right.
medicine. They
Yeah.
don't know your body. They don't know you. So it's your responsibility to be in tune. It's your responsibility to maintain your physical and mental health by staying connected to you and advocating for yourself when you go to the doctor. You don't
Right.
you don't necessarily have to take what they say at face value. You don't have to do everything that they say at face value. You can ask questions. You can do what you need to do in those conversations to make sure you covered all of your bases.
Mhm.
So that's what stuck out for me in that excerpt. Make sure you seek medical attention. And then when you do, make sure you are researching that just as much as you research anywhere else. If you're looking all over the place to find out the best restaurant in Atlanta, the best car to buy, the best club to go at, all in research you put into that, do the same for your health. Do the same for your health. Nobody's going to take care of you like you are going to take care of you. So I
Sure.
think you said it earlier, being aware of the words and what they mean and how they impact you is what matters. So
Right.
I'm going to ask my first question. Before I do, let me go ahead and say hello to Felicia Roberts. Thank you for joining. Verna, thank you for joining. Armisha, thank you for joining. And Armisha said, in moderation, you can have those snacks. You can. Nicole, she said you can go ahead and have your Mountain Dews the Doritos, all the things you can in moderation. My problem is I know who I am. Chocolate and certain other things I can't do, because when I do, it opens up the halls of hell for it opens up the halls of hell for me. Like I'm gonna go in. So I know right now, don't bring chocolate in the house because I'm gonna eat it till it's gone. So if I want it, I get it while I'm out. So you got to know who you are. Hello, Carlos. Thank you for watching. Hello, Felicia. Thank you for watching as well. So my question to you all: we read the excerpt, and it was about maintaining physical and mental health, and we shared the words that stood out to us in the chat. As we talked about our experience, and you think about maintaining your physical health, what stands out to you or as some action that you can take to make sure you're doing your due diligence? Armisha already alluded to, you can have snacks, but making sure you're checking yourself and doing that in moderation. What else can you do that you have in your power right now that you can do to maintain your physical and mental health? Just throw it in the chat. I'm curious. I'm curious as to what you guys are thinking. Okay. So for those of you that are just joining, we are on day 3 of Conquering the Inner Storm, our live stream Facebook walkthrough of our journal. And today's topic is maintaining physical and mental health. Okay. Hey, Jack, thank you for tuning in, joining us tonight. All right. So I want to go ahead and flip to the quote and question. So as we said before, each chapter has 4 quotes and questions in each chapter. So you can move through it how you want to, but if you're really trying to digest it, you have a quote and a question that you can do each week. So it can take you up to a month to get through the chapter for you to be able to digest it. So we're just going to kind of read the quotes and read the questions and just give a little blurb about what they mean. And then again, ask you, because we're going to be checking the chat, ask you to kind of tell us what you think, because we're trying to see and share with you, once we do it, how we can take this information and make it work for us. And we want to see how you think it might work for you. Okay. All right. So Nicole, first quote and question.
I will. So the first quote is by P.T. Barnum. It says, "The foundation of success in life is good health. That is the substratum fortune. It is also the basis of happiness. A person cannot accumulate a fortune very well when he is sick." And I'm gonna be honest, I never thought about, I've always knew that health was valuable, but I never thought about health and longevity or well-being or even financial well-being in the same pot. I don't know why, but I never thought of it that way. And I think that what good health, in my mind, what I felt like PT Barnum was saying was, when you're in good health, you have the energy, you have the desire, you have the clarity you need to receive your download, and then the energy to actually do the work.
Okay.
So again, I never kind of looked at both of them that way in my brain, but that's, when I went through it, that's kind of what I got from the itself. So making sure that you have to manifest it almost in health form before it comes out in physical form almost.
And I can see why I didn't do that, because we are not taught to have both. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care what's going on. You still got to get up and go get it. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
And then for the question was, how does my daily habits contribute to my overall well-being, and what changes can I make to improve my physical and mental health? Well, again, I don't really want to talk about my habits right now, but I am. I think before leaving my corporate job, part of my toxicity was the daily habit of going to work, the daily habit of working probably 8 to 10 hours on something that I really didn't want to work on, or was really a toxic environment for me to work in. And then having to come home and get that stress off of you. In my mind, getting that stress off of you is like eating some cookies and some Cheetos and a cherry Coke. So in my mind, that's what I needed. Didn't have time to really work out because if I was getting home late or on time, I was going to somebody's game, I was going to my mom's, I was doing something for somebody else and not anything for me. So some of the changes that I'm currently making and still need to make are changes in my diet, changes in how I use my time, saying no.
Ooh,
You got it, girl. Hey, hey, it's real in these streets.
yeah.
Saying no, exercising, time with God, regular doctor's visits because I hadn't done regular doctor's visits probably since COVID. Quality sleep
Ah,
and
yeah, that's a
time
good one.
for yeah, and time for meditation. So I have a list of things that are either changing or need to change for me to get to a more fortunate level of health.
Yeah.
Me.
So I think in our day-to-day life, we just go through.
That's
We just
right.
go through and we don't think about those things. And when we do, we think about we'll get to it. Tomorrow we'll exercise, tomorrow we'll do whatever.
Right.
But
That's
the
right.
beautiful thing about a journal is it gets it out of your head. It forces you to put it down,
That's
contend
right.
with it, wrestle with it, acknowledge it, and it really puts you at that fork in the road to do something about it. So you named some good ones. Just saying no. You
Just
probably
say
could
no.
stop right there, right?
Just say no.
Exercise, getting sleep. I suffered with not sleeping well for years, and it does take a toll on you. So these are very basic things that you name that people take for granted or just will get to it tomorrow or will
Right.
hope it gets better on its own. But
Right.
listen, that you can really see how you can plan for the possibility of a better future if you sleep well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you tell some people no, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All
And
right.
so, yeah, that's and you was going back to, putting it down on paper. It's something about memorializing your thoughts on paper that makes them stick. I don't know if it's I don't know if that's just the way it's supposed to be. I'm not sure. But just writing it down, I said, okay, you know what? I remember writing these things down. I may not remember that whole list of 10 things I just read, but I'll probably remember half of them. And
Yeah,
and if I'm doing half of them and not doing the other half, that's still five of them I'm doing
that
versus
you're
none
doing.
of them,
That's
that
right.
I'm doing. So it's just a different level of accountability when you write it down.
Yeah, yeah. And the beauty about being able to do it in a journal, I am bad about picking up a piece of paper and writing something down, scribbling on the calendar, putting it on the back of an envelope, putting on. If you have a place that you're writing all of this information down and collecting it in a journal, you can go back to it. You know where it is, and you
Right.
know what you can pick up and what you're able to do at that time. Yeah, yep, yep,
Did
yep.
we have any of our
Yeah,
viewers talk about?
Verna said, be your own advocate for health.
Yeah.
So going back to seeking medical health, just taking, what do you call it? Being reflective and looking at your own actions. Not only when you go to the doctor do you have to be your own advocate, you got to be your own advocate with yourself because a lot of times
Right.
you said it. I'm gonna stop by my mom's house. I'm gonna do everything for everybody else and there's never time for me. And we'll say this out loud, and it's the biggest lie in the world. I ain't have time. Yeah, you had time. You just used your time doing other
Mm-hmm.
things for other people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, as Maxine Warder says, reclaim your time, baby. Reclaim
Okay,
your
Maxine.
time.
Okay,
Reclaim
Maxine.
your time and do it for yourself. So you have to be your own advocate for your health to yourself, being accountable to yourself, and when you go to the doctor. Because it's a money machine. They want to get you in, see you for 15 minutes, give you a pill, schedule you for the next time, and get you
That's
out the
right.
door.
That's it.
No,
It's,
no,
it's a money magnet.
it's a money magnet. So yeah, anybody else can share with us what they might want to do or they think they can do to advocate for their health. And as it relates to Nicole, what she just talked about, what daily habits that you are willing to fess up to today, if you're
Mm-hmm.
bold enough to put it in the chat, what daily habits do you know that you need to address
Mm.
that can create a better lifestyle for you? Yeah. All right. Don't be shy to drop it in the chat. No judgment
Don't
here.
be
No
shy. We're
judgment
gonna move
here.
on to the next thing.
Yeah. So I have quote and question number 2. It says mental health is not a destination but a process. It's about how you drive, not where you're going. And it's by
Mm-mm.
Noam Chomsky. And I think that I just said that to somebody today. You never finish healing. It's a never ending process. Now you can get through everything that you think is traumatic. You know, you can work through those things, but if you keep on living, something else is going to happen. You're going
Yep.
to learn something else. You're going to have to unlearn something else. You're going to start having feelings about things you never had before. All kinds of things happen as long as you are blessed to wake up every day.
Mhm.
So healing it's not a destination. It's a continuous journey. And I think we have to learn to recognize and accept that, because we all think that if we go to therapy, if we get coaching, if we go to the doctor, it's just going to end. No, and we feel some kind of way that
Right.
later in life, if something triggers us, you have to
Mhm.
be ready for that. The whole process teaches you how to navigate and manage that better, right?
Right.
So it's not a destination, it's a process. It's a continuous process. Armisha said more sleep. So Nicole did name that. And one of her
Yeah.
things, she's got to get bored. I didn't realize, because I slept so horribly for years. And you learn to live and cope with feeling crappy. It's just a normal part of life.
Right.
As I've gotten older, I'm more serious about researching things about health, whether it's sleep, what you eat, what you do, and sleep is so vital. I,
Yes.
you
Yes.
you can lose your life due to lack of proper sleep quicker than you can lack of proper food. Who
And
knew?
so normally when I'm up late, I'm eating improper food. So, the whole thing, 2 in the morning, I probably should be asleep. But the Mr. Goodbar's right there. Bow. I gotta have it. I'm working, yeah, I'm working on it. I promise I'm working on it.
See the vulnerability. I appreciate it, because somebody out there is relating to your testimony for sure.
Right.
So if she can say it out loud in front of Facebook, in front of social media, it's something that she realizes she's got to work on, right? And you can
I-
realize it too. All right. So the question for this quote is, what past traumas are you holding captive that you must face and release to heal emotionally and mentally? So I kind of talked about this before. I have thought for as long as I can remember that being a soft feminine, not feminine in the way of lipstick and nails and all that kind of good stuff, but a soft woman was weak. That meant you were weak. And that is the biggest crock of crap. That's a lie. You can be soft. You can allow other people to do things for you. That does not limit your span of control. I also thought that I had to be this specific person when in relationship or in partnership. I have told myself all of my life that when I was younger, I never saw myself wanting to get married, because I didn't want to have to deal with anybody thinking that they was going to tell me what to do. I didn't want to deal with any compromise. I wanted my complete freedom. So when I did get into a relationship and even got married, I still held on to that belief. I'm my own person. You're not going to tell me what to do. I'm always going to have my own money. I'm always in point blank period. And so it makes it hard for you to settle into the mindset of partnership and relationship. It makes it hard to create that trust that your partner wants to take care of you, and you can sit your crazy self in the back seat and it's okay. you know, um, being soft or submissive does not mean you don't have a brain and you can't think and you don't get to say things.
Okay,
So
submissive is another dirty word. I'm just
It,
saying.
it, it
Yeah.
is.
Ain't
It
it?
is. It has been for me. It's been it's been blasphemous for me. Who? What? So I've learned through this healing process that I want to be soft. I want to be taken care of. I want to be not burdened with having to control it all, with not feeling like I have to wear the pants in the relationship. And let me make sure I'm clear on that. I've been in a relationship with men that wore the pants, so it wasn't like I was with men that couldn't. I was just determined to wear mine too, right? So there's a place and time for all of that. So that's some past trauma that I'm working through, because if I don't,
Mm-hmm.
I can't appropriately plan for a relationship in the future, because I'm not looking for a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. I'm looking for a relationship for the benefit of partnership. I'm looking to be able to take care of someone and for someone to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to have the soft life, but I can't have that if I keep up the, soft
And
winter week. That's some bull. That's some whole bull. Okay. Berna also talked about exercising and eating properly as ways to manage
yes, yes,
your physical and mental health. And that's big, right? Exercising doesn't mean you have to get up at 5 a.m. and go to Planet Fitness. You can just walk up and down your street. You can walk up and down the steps in your home. You can make sure you get whatever steps you get in, while you're sitting there looking at TV, do toe lifts or whatever it is. You don't have to have a regimented exercise program. Just maintain some physical movement. Yeah. And I can't stress eating properly enough. Yeah.
don't stress it. Don't
But
stress it.
I have to say, I'm glad. One of the things that Tabitha Brown said that stuck with me was that all these people in her family died young, and it was, oh, it's hereditary that you got diabetes, it's hereditary that you got this. And it wasn't hereditary, it wasn't in their gene pool. What was the commonality is how they ate.
That's right.
So it's not necessarily genetics that's messing you up, it's how you eat. So we can't eat all the sugar. We can't eat fried, and we can't eat hamburger. We can't eat all the stuff all the time. I'm not saying you can't have things in moderation, but it really will mess you up. And I know it's tough. It's easier to say to stop that than to actually stop it, because if we could all stop it, we'd all be the picture of perfect health.
Right.
Especially when you come from families like mine. We can cook and we like to eat. And you told me all the time that I'm a member of the Clean Plate Club. Girl, I'm gonna clean the plate. I'm gonna eat. I ain't I'm not one of those girls that you're gonna take on a date and I'm gonna have a salad. I'm gonna eat, right? I like food, but I've learned the older that I'm just determined not to have to walk around with the oxygen tank, not to be able to go where I want to go when I want to go. I want to travel well into my 80s if I feel like it. But I know that there are some lifestyle changes that I have to make today. And so, yeah, it takes some commitment. So, yeah, that's quoting question number 2. You want to tackle number 3, or you want me to tell? Oh, no, I had number.
I got the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll just do it. So tonight is quote and question night. So we're not going to do a love letter or closure letter tonight. We are going to let our special guest have some time.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so my quote was the natural healing force within each of us is the greatest force in getting well from Hippocrates. So if y'all know who Hippocrates is, he is the father of modern medicine. And it said the natural healing force. So natural means not prescription, not something that man has manufactured. That's your natural diet, that's natural foods, that's natural things that you can do on your own. It's probably the scriptural based way that God intended for us to live. And all of the things that we need, when I talk about research, my husband has always been very research oriented and holistic. He's always talking about, oh, you can get this from this plant and this, and you can prepare it that way. And I'm like, but you don't cook, so
You ain't in here with these
right.
sour sop leaves
Okay,
and
so
these sarsaparillas.
minor detail. He trying to save my life. So, but I think just being um, more specific on what you consume, everything that you consume, whether it's food or whether it's lotions or perfumes or colognes or whatever, all of it has some type of impact on you. And your skin is your biggest organ. So, when you put stuff on your skin, it definitely seeps into all of the other areas of your skin. So, I'm really just trying to do a better job with that.
Yeah.
Doing a better job with that. You've been proud of me, LaDon. Tonight I cooked the sesame ground turkey rice bowl with zucchini and mushrooms and onions and celery and carrots and spinach.
Good girl. Okay. That
So
sounds delicious.
I
Okay.
was trying to do the little situation today.
Okay. 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 I see you. I see you. I
Yeah,
see you.
I
So
want
I
y'all to
want.
let me know. Put it in the comments. I got you. I'll bring some Tupperware over. It was beautiful.
Can I add on to that what I thought that means?
Uh-huh.
So the natural healing force within each of us is the greatest force. So I got the natural foods and all the stuff that you just mentioned. I'm in 100% agreement. But I think our mind is so
Yes.
powerful. Because
Yes.
before we even figured out what to do with the herbs, before
That's
we even figured out, our mind has always been with us, right?
right.
I think the moment you start to believe and buy into the fact that you're sick, because the doctor has
Right.
x-rays you and they've given their opinion of what it is, and
Right.
that's what you hold on to, then that's what it is.
Yep.
But if you believe and can picture yourself in your mind's eye as healthy, and you believe that, that starts to change the way that you want to do things. So if you're feeling this way and you can identify that these things make me feel that way, you
Right.
might be more committed or more motivated
Mm-hmm.
motivated to do some things that you didn't do before. But I think your mind, your natural mind, has a
I
lot to
agree with
do
that.
with how
Yeah,
you feel.
I
Yeah,
agree with that.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead with your
No, you're
question.
fine. And the question is, in what ways does my environment and lifestyle impact my overall health and well-being?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one because we live in some
And
toxic environments. Oh,
yes, what changes should I make to promote natural healing? So what my environment and lifestyle impact on my overall health. So I think just making some recent lifestyle changes and environmental changes has impacted my health. I mean, tremendously. Leaving my job, I know I've talked about that a
yeah,
couple of times. Saying no, drawing some very healthy boundaries, even for my husband and my son. And also talking positive self-talk.
ooh,
So yeah, I'm on, I correct myself all the time. So it's not clicking to where it's like a good habit. I say that, but I notice it and it's like, oh, that's glaring. Don't say that, don't do that. Rephrase that. And so the positive self-talk has been really good in promoting better natural health for me.
yeah. Oh, that's so good. And I love that question when we put it in because I think people get so used to their toxic environments, they just deal with them.
Yeah,
Work can be a toxic place because it's toxic people, because the work is unevenly distributed. They're
right.
expected to have no work-life balance. Toxicity. You have to figure out how to move from that if you can't change it.
That's
Your
right.
home life can be toxic. Your family, you have friends that can be toxic. So I don't think people really take into account their environment as it relates to their lifestyle.
Hmm.
You can eat perfectly. You can go to Planet Fitness every day. But if your environment is stressing you the heck out, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
It
matter
does
at
not
all.
matter.
It
So I
doesn't
think
matter.
it's something that people really need to take into account. Hey Terry, thank you for joining. And this is one you guys, I really want you to chime in on that one. In what ways does my environment and lifestyle impact my overall health and well-being? Be honest and put at least one thing in the
Yeah.
chat that you know in your personal environment is negatively impacting you. You ain't got to expound on it. You can just say family. You can say
Yeah.
friends. You can say
I
outside,
just
whatever it is.
redoing your grocery list. Like I don't bring
Oh
soft drinks
yeah,
to the house.
yeah, yeah,
That's just
yeah.
one thing. It's not, but yeah, I don't bring soft drinks into the house. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can share that just may be minor, but sometimes those minor changes
Make a
really,
big
yeah,
difference.
they do. They make a
Make
big
a big
difference.
difference. So drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat.
Drop it
Yeah.
in the chat.
So again,
I
Terry, you just joining. We're on day 3, topic 3, and that is maintaining physical and mental health. So that's what we've done our quote and questions on, our one word on, and we're on our last quote and question. So, okay, Armisha, toxic friends, get rid of them. It's a lot
Yes,
of people out there with some
please.
frenemies, and they don't know that they're frenemies. Get rid of them. So yeah, don't let Armisha be the only one. Drop something in the chat that you know is unhealthy in your environment that you need to be courageous enough to get rid of. Go
That's
ahead
right.
and drop it in the chat while I do the last one. So again, what we said about the journal tonight is sometimes you need to get stuff out of your head and make it real. Write it down.
Yep, that's
The
the
journal
that's
is a
one benefit.
perfect place, yeah, to do that. So again, go out there on Etsy, etsy.com, and purchase this journal. This is a call to action. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Search Comfort in the Storm. Yep. So the last quote and question before we bring our guest on tonight is, the quote is, mental health is just as important as physical health. That's unknown. Don't know who said that. But we talked about that all night.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how well you perform in the gym. If your mental state is not together, you're just going to be a physically attractive, unbalanced, unstable, unhealthy person.
And I'll tell you how my grandma said it. She said, "Your mind is the easiest thing to lose."
Ooh.
And I didn't know what that meant the longest. She said, "That's the easiest thing to lose." And I'm like, what the heck? But she said, my mama is drunk. But she wasn't. That was one of the things she used to tell me all the time. And she was
Yeah.
such a proponent for good mental health. She always wanted you to be in a good mental space.
That's such a simple but yet powerful statement. Say it again.
My grandmama now, Frances Robinson, she would say your mind is the easiest thing for you to lose.
And that is so true, because it's the day-to-day stress.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep up in this life. It can be overwhelming. It can be heavy. I talked to a young lady today, those past traumas, things that happened in her past life that she never previous as she was younger, that she's never dealt with, that she never got help with, she couldn't navigate. People constantly reminding her of those things and trying to deal with life today, trying to figure out how to be a woman, trying to figure out how to be a parent, just all the things. It can get so crowded in here,
Right.
and you can lose it quickly. Not to mention that there are folks out there that are willing to help you lose it.
That's right.
Yeah. So you have to be an advocate for your own mental health, right? So mental health is just as important as physical health. And the question is, what forms of self-care do you practice to maintain and protect your mental health? So I talked about it before. I'm heavy into meditation. That's how I start my day. I'm heavy into breath work. That's how I start my day. More than any of those types of practices, the number one thing that has helped me maintain my mental health and protect my mental health is saying no to what enters my space. What I mean by that, I don't care. I've been alive 52 years, going on 53. The news is still the news. Every night they're going to report who was killed, robbed, raped, shot. Every night.
Every
I
night.
don't need to see a replay of it today. It's going to be there. I'm not into like the reality shows. I watch YouTube and it's the same videos that I watch all the time. If it's not pouring into me, I ain't interested. Folks that gossip, I'm getting up from the table and walking away. If I'm scrolling on social media can be great, right? But it can also be the pits of hell. So if I'm getting into spaces where people are using their phone to take a picture of somebody in Walmart and talk about them, scrolling, not doing it. I'm not engaged. So removing that negativity from my day-to-day has helped tremendously.
Wow, that's a great one.
You cannot imagine the amount of peace that enters your life when you tune out all the crazy noise. And you can imagine how people look at you at work when you don't engage, when you walk away, when you just are like, oh, I'm cool, yeah, that's fine, or cut the conversation short. And people will start to act funny with you at first. You acted funny. No, I just don't want to.
That's right.
what I do. So that's been the number one thing for me is saying no to things that I know are not healthy for my mental peace, for my emotional peace, for my spiritual peace, and then being very intentional about who and what I let into my space. Now, our special guest has joined us, and this is Miss Armisha Wiley Adams. And I'm glad I stopped right there because I hope I don't embarrass you, because I'm gonna have to say this because she is the queen, QUEEN, in all capital letters, of walking away from a toxic situation. Now, I got the chance to meet this young lady in a previous work environment, and Armisha was so professional at, if you were saying something that was crazy, you literally could be in the middle of the sentence. She will just turn around and walk away from you as if you are not talking. That just blew my mind. Like it was at a level that I had never seen before. So watching her taught me that it's okay. The world will continue to move in its toxicity when you walk away. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we were right there when you joined the call. But anyway, everybody, welcome Miss Armisha Wiley Adams. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey,
Thank you for having me.
Armisha.
Hello, Nicole. Hello, everyone. I hope all is well tonight.
Absolutely.
It is. It is. You look absolutely beautiful. Okay, I have one more comment before we get started. Felicia
Okay.
said, not allowing anyone to dictate or change my mood. Ooh,
Ooh,
that's good.
yeah.
So that says to me, she has enough control over who she is that you're not gonna shake her. You
I
can
know
be
that's
in a
right.
funky mood, but you're not gonna shake her. And a lot of us don't have enough self-control to do that. We will walk right into a
Don't worry.
situation and allow that
Don't
situation
worry
to
about it.
change who and how we are. So yes, good kudos, Lisa. That's a good one. That's a really, really good one. So we invited Armisha tonight to speak on her experience with the journal, specifically on this topic. And I thought this was a wonderful topic for Armisha, because Armisha has decided that her physical and mental health are paramount or very important for her. She's in her season of healing. She's in her season of taking charge of her happiness. So talk to us a little bit about, before we even get into the journal, talk to us a little bit about what got you to the point of your mental and physical health being number one for you.
Well, at one time, I was 275 pounds. I could barely walk. My back was hurting bad. When I went to the doctor, about my back, he referred me over to a specialist. And the only thing they was doing was sticking me in my back, sticking me in my back, sticking me in my back. And I said, you know what? I got to get myself together
Okay.
and I have to lose some weight. Also, with my physical health, it messed up my mental health because we are our biggest critics
Yes.
anyway.
Yes.
So when I looked and I saw myself in the mirror, I got this big old stomach. My clothes are 22 to 24. I didn't recognize myself anymore. And I truly fell into a deep depression about that. So in 2020, when we had the pandemic, I decided to make some choices that were best for me,
Okay.
that aligned with my physical health. And I have been exercising, eating right ever since. And I'm loving the new me. And I'm not struggling mentally like I was before.
Okay. 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 And sometimes it takes those hard, honest looks at ourselves to make some decisions. And I think COVID impacted everybody because we all got a chance to sit with the good, bad, and ugly of ourselves and
Right.
everyone around us. Yeah.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. The most embarrassing moment was when I went to California on a girls' trip. And everybody was going into the mall and we was walking up the hill. I only had to take baby steps. I'm like, y'all go ahead and leave me. I'll catch up.
Oh,
And
wow.
it took me a while to make it where they were. I had one person said, I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to stay here with you. So I walked a couple of steps. Then I had to stop because my back was hurting and I couldn't catch my breath.
Oh, wow. Now that's a real moment right there.
Yeah, that's a real
Real moment.
moment. Yeah.
So before we go on, let me just ask someone to tell me in the chat if you can hear me. Berna said, what happened to the sound? If you can still hear us, please give a thumbs up or say yes or something. I just want to make sure this conversation is not missed.
Yeah, I can hear you fine over here, LaDon.
Yeah, I can hear too. I just wanted to make sure that everyone else, anyone in the chat, just give me a thumbs up or a yes that you can still hear us. Okay, Dot said yes, we can still. Okay, good deal. All right. So, Felicia said yes as well. Okay, so we're good to go. We're good to go. So, tell us a little bit about your experience with the journal, particularly in this topic. So, you know all the activities, the one-word activities, the quote and question, the close your letter, the love letter. However you want to kind of walk us through your experience with this topic in the journal. You can share whatever you want. Is there anything that in particular that stood out more than anything else?
Well, in the beginning, the word that I chose was joy.
Okay.
And I know you probably have to really read it to see it.
I got it.
Because for me, maintaining my physical and mental health has become great joy for me. Exercising relieves my stress. I go at 6 a.m. in the morning, 3 days a week. When I get there, I'm tired. And when she starts training us, I'm like, Jesus, why did I even come today? But once I leave, I come home, I take that shower, I'm pumped. I'm ready to start my day. It's nothing you can say that's going to change my mood about anything. I got that exercise done and it's out the way. And I think exercise is really a great key for mental health. We all know that is good for physical because we'll see the results. Either we're going to gain muscles or we're going to be skinny. But for mental health, it is very, very paramount because when you're in that bad mood and you go in and you work out, it relieves all of that mental stress, all of that work up, that you've been dealing with. It does release that. At least for me, it does. And that's why I enjoy it. And that's why my one word was joy, because ever since I've been on the physical and mental health journey, it's been nothing but joy for me.
Okay, and so I want to point out, I know, isn't that cool? I want to point out what Nicole pointed out the other night. So there's 3 different people on this call, and we all read the same paragraph. You got joy out of that paragraph. I got seeking medical attention, and Nicole got maintaining. And it's so funny, your word was maintaining, and it's a dirty word, but Armisha pulls joy. Having the maintenance program, the routine for you brings you joy. And it also brings the mental peace. Okay. So that's how you are able to move through the next step of continuing with your health journey, because it's joyful for you.
Correct. It is.
Okay.
Yes. Like an escape.
Okay. All right. So what else do you want to share as it relates to the activities in the book and your experience with the journal?
Okay, so let's see which one, because I answered just about all of them. So it says the foundation of success in life is good health. I believe that is true because good health equals happiness, whether it's physical or mental. And if you're not, having good physical health and mental health, you're unable to function.
Yeah.
If your mental health is not right, you really can't physically function. Because if you're going through anxiety, you're going through depression, majority of the time you just want to lay down or you just going to sit somewhere and stare. So you have to have both. Both of them have to go together and they work hand in
hand. So you shared that you were in this dark place and you had this experience that you said, I have to change it. What clicked for you? What clicked in that dark place for you to be like, I'm going to do something different?
My own negative self-talk to myself.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you changed it. You changed the negative self-talk.
I changed the negative self-talk. Well, no, I was talking about myself negative
Oh, okay.
while I was very obese.
Okay.
And I was just like, I can't keep doing this to myself because it's like I'm going down a rabbit hole. And when I looked at myself in the mirror, I saw nothing positive at all. I just saw a fat black flaw. And I just said, well, I have to get myself together and I have to quit name calling and just find something that works and stick with it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So, so Amisha, and all of uh, the great success that you've had in this area,
Mhm.
you know, losing the weight, of having consistent routines in place, getting your exercise, changing your diet.
Mhm.
When you went through this chapter or even this journal, is there anything that you got from it that said, wow, this was such a positive benefit for me?
The
Yeah.
journal, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
out of the journal, even though you had already started your journey, is
Mhm.
there anything you say, you know what, I'm glad I did this chapter because it reiterated X, or it benefited me in what way?
Yes. So my love letter to myself
Okay.
was
Okay.
that I did not do a closure letter because this chapter of my life is not closed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there was no need to do a closure letter. But my love letter to myself, it was wonderful. Just me giving myself praises. And I've been helping other people as well on this journey. Just surprisingly, people say, well, I saw that you used to wear a lot and now you have lost weight. What can I do to help you? I've introduced people to my trainer. We work out at the gym together. We meal prep together. But as far as the journal, the love letter to myself, and the past traumas that I have that I need to release to heal emotionally and mentally, which I think that caused a lot of the physical and mental was abandonment issues.
Mm,
Because my mother passed when I was 8, and my grandmother and my uncle raised me, but I still didn't feel the love from
mhm.
the people can take care of you financially and they can give you everything, but I just didn't feel that love like I'm a mother, like I have for my kids. I didn't feel that. And sometimes I still deal with that just a little bit, not as much. Every now and then it'll pop up, or you may see a post of something of a quote on Facebook and it pops up. So this book helped me a great deal. I wrote down of the reasons why I felt abandoned. Um,
Had
and
you had
why
you ever done that before? Had you
I
ever
have not.
Oh,
I have
wow.
not even in a counseling session.
Oh,
I've
Okay.
wow.
never even brought that up before. And with the abandonment made me hold on to so-called friends longer than they should have been in my life.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Relationships, we all have had exes. Yeah, it does a lot. And just, being in control, always want to be in control. I think that's probably a Virgo thing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
um, but for me, I just feel if I'm always in control, I can control how things going to be, how the ending is going to be. I'm going to know the ins and out of it.
I see.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
you,
I'm so glad to hear that the journal was able to create a safe space for you,
Yes.
bring out some stuff that you had not even discussed with anybody, not even in a counseling session.
No.
Okay.
Because I felt like I couldn't trust them people.
Uh-huh.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
Bring up a
especially like
great point.
if you're using EAP for your job for those free sessions. I don't know what y'all going to. I know what the papers say. You don't supposed to.
That's right. That's right.
But I don't know what you're telling those people behind closed doors, especially when the person that set up the EAP knows people at the EAP.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
So you
mhm,
didn't have a safe place. You didn't have a safe place to go.
correct.
Okay.
Okay. Understood.
Correct.
And the
Yes.
journal created that safe place for you to be able to release that. And then
Yes.
the love letter activity, you were able to kind of release the abandonment in writing and then move forward in the love letter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And rectify some of the friendships a little bit.
Yeah. It's just with the abandonment, I always try to see the good in everybody. And I used to start people off at 100%, and when they mess up, they go down. Now
Uh-huh.
everybody start at 0. You're gonna
And
have
go
to
up.
earn your way up. And
And
I
go
think I
up.
learned that from you too, LaDonna.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we talked about that.
Yeah.
I always would give people the benefit of the doubt, but now you move funny one time, I'm out.
Yeah. People have to earn their space in your life.
Correct.
And people take it for granted just because you have a relationship with them, whether it's a friendship or a family ship or a workship, that
Mhm.
they're entitled to you, and you're not.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
owe anybody anything, and you're
Right.
not entitled. I take very, and this, I don't mean this to sound conceited, but
Mhm.
if you are in my space and I've allowed you in that space, you're really special because I'm really
Right.
protective about my space, and I'm really protective about who I let shape my energy in that space. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
I
yeah, I
agree.
get that. I get that. I get that.
The other part of the journal that I really also like was, what are some of the forms of self-care that I practice?
Okay.
And I don't meditate or any of that, but just taking care of me, for one, loving on myself is one thing. Loving myself more than I care about loving on others.
Okay.
Just the way that you said, we do for everybody else, but never ourselves. I had to
Yeah.
learn. Sometimes I have to say no. You have friends that you haven't talked to in a while, and you want to get together, you want to do this, and I will make a plan, a date. And when that day comes, I'm like, "Ugh, I don't want to do
It
this."
may not be in the cards today.
Yeah, and that's how it is. Learning to say no, getting my massages.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Listening to my audio books, music,
Okay.
and travel are the best forms of self-care for me. And just laughter. Being around good people that genuinely love and support
Yeah,
you.
makes a difference.
Those are my forms of self-care. And this journal helped me realize that I knew what I like to do, but just putting it into fruition, like, okay, I love when I get my massage because I'm taking care of myself. That's an hour and 10 minutes to myself where I'm just listening to my playlist and I'm getting all those kinks and everything worked out. My audio books take me to a different place. I love music. I love going to concerts. And ever since I lost weight, I've been traveling. I can't sit down now.
All right now, I like it.
Yeah. So this journal has definitely helped me, not only in this particular chapter, but in several of them, come to some realizations about myself, some things I need to heal, certain things that I can continue to work on.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So
I
okay.
know.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that. The whole goal again, we want people to hear it from us because we are trying to be so open and so transparent with our experience, hoping that we are creating a safe space for people to feel like they can be open to
That's
give
Right.
them permission to do it. But
Mhm.
I feel like it means more when you have someone that has actually gone through the journal,
Right.
done the work, that's not us, that can
Mhm.
speak to the benefits of it.
Mhm.
Because everybody ain't a journaler.
That's
Right.
true.
Everybody's
That's
not.
true.
And we've talked to people that were not, but that have gotten it and found that, oh,
Mhm.
okay, this is a different form of therapy or release,
Right.
if you will,
Mhm.
that's helping me out. So
That's
I
right.
appreciate you coming on and just being real transparent and
Mhm.
sharing with everybody that's listening or everybody that will come back and rewatch the video how the
Right.
journal has helped and just talking about your experience because I think the whole purpose is to let it come up, feel it, recognize it, and figure out a plan for it moving forward. And it sounds like you've done just that.
Yes, and even with Nicole, how she said, if I'm in a toxic work environment or anything, I'm going to try my best to get up out of it. I
That's
can't
right.
have anything in my life negative or toxic right now.
Yeah.
Can't.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I think most of us need to learn that. I want to give a shout out real quickly to Carl Roland. Thank you, Roland, for joining us. And Dot made a comment about the Virgos. Amen. You know the Virgo. Yeah, we got to work on that. And I'm gonna go. Oh, Verna said earlier in the chat, stop being my own mental health therapist. We have got to get out of our head.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
if we play that thing over and over in our head with no other perspective, no other voice other than our own,
Right.
and we're working with that self-talk, that negative self-talk, that self-doubt, that pessimism, that self-sabotage, that never gets you beyond your thoughts. So
Exactly.
And again, if you're in a space like you were, Amisha, okay, I do have a place I can go talk, but I don't necessarily trust these folks. This journal will allow you to at least get it out, get those thoughts out of your head, so you can at least see it differently.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's like
Awesome.
9:01. We're
9:01, right on time.
Right on time. I want to thank everyone that tuned in tonight, for staying with us and for taking the time to listen. And I hope what we're doing is helpful, right?
Yes.
That's the goal. Our goal is to transform lives in the way that we feel like we are being in service to others. So Nicole is holding up the journal,
I'm holding up the
Conquering
book
the Inner
again.
Storm.
Get that book, y'all. Get it.
Y'all heard
Amisha.
Get that book.
Get the book. Get the book.
It is out on Etsy, etsy.com.
Exactly.
Again, go out there, search the topic, the title. It'll come right up, and go ahead and purchase the journal. Again, hearing us talk, you can relate because you just connected the story. But when you see it and see what we're talking about and see the flow of it, it makes a lot more sense as you're able to kind of walk through it with us. So please go get it. And as we said before, we encourage you to work with it independently, if that's how you want to do it, or work with a group that you trust. Any kind of way that you want to do it, you can do it. But thank you again, Armisha, for coming in tonight. And,
my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So much.
It was a wonderful, wonderful experience having you with us tonight. So tomorrow we're going to be back, same back station, same back time.
Same back time.
And we're going to be on lifestyle topic number 4.
Yep. Lifestyle topic number 4 is dealing with stress and pressure. And we're going to have a male perspective tomorrow. So dealing with stress and pressure. Again, this is just a guide, as Armisha talked about. You start really working through some things that you may not think that could be a hindrance or a barrier. It at least brings your awareness forth. It's several benefits in this. So again, it won't hit everyone the same way, but I promise you it's going to hit everyone.
Yeah. Square between the eyes.
Square in between the eyes. And remember, your mind is the easiest thing to lose.
Oh my God. Another t-shirt quotable moment. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, ladies, thank you. Thanks,
everybody.
Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.